Welcome to Strip Cover Look, where we squeeze the bigger picture out of literature. I'm Adrian Ford, and we're here for 3 series announcements on the channel. We have 3 series kicking off this month as we have ended National Poetry Month. And if you weren't here for that, well, we might not be friends anymore. But we are back to literature proper. We are back to novels. We're going to start 2 novels and a poetry series this month. So where are we to begin other than No Longer Human by Osamu Dazai? This will run on Wednesdays. This will start the 17th of this month, I believe the 17th. It's in, the exact date is in the TBR for May that I did. I believe it's the 17th. It will be a Wednesday's series. There will be a 6-part read-along series. Then we will have an opening paragraph video, a great quotes video, and a review. So it will be a 9-part series in total, meaning that it will end mid-July-ish. So what are we doing here? The prologue. Episode 1 is the prologue, which will be pages 13 through 17. Episode 2 is the first notebook, which are pages 21 through 38. Episode 3 is the second notebook, which is pages 41 through 94. Episode 4, the third notebook, part 1, is 97 through 133. Episode 5 is the third notebook, part 2, pages 137 through 170. And episode 6 is the epilogue, pages 173 through 177. And again, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different with the reviews. So I'm not sure that the review will be up the very next week. It's going to take me a little bit of time to maybe sort of perfect what I'm trying to do and get a little bit of a rhythm for these things. But we will be starting, you better get this book, at least one of these 2 books. Osamu Dazai, No Longer Human. Portraying himself as a failure, the protagonist of Osamu Dazai's No Longer Human narrates a seemingly normal life, even while he feels himself incapable of understanding human beings. Obayozo's attempt to reconcile himself to the world around him I'm assuming this begins in early childhood, continues through high school, where he becomes a clown just to mask his alienation, but eventually leads to a failed suicide attempt as an adult. Without sentimentality, he records the casual cruelties of life and its fleeting moments, its fleeting moments of human connection and tenderness. Hopefully, the book itself is written better than this summary on the back. Semi-autobiographical, No Longer Human is the final completed work of one of Japan's most important writers, Osamu Dazai, who lived 1909 through 1948. Just 39 years old at death. I gotta get going. The novel has come to echo the sentiments of youth. Hiroshi Ando, the Mainichi Daily News, from post-war Japan to postmodern society of technology. Still, one of the 10 best-selling books in Japan, No Longer Human is a powerful exploration of an individual's alienation from society. And we get this quote from Booklist: "A stark but powerful novel of modern Japan focuses on one unhappy young symbol of a dejected generation." No Longer Human will run on Wednesdays. Next, Ring by Koji Suzuki. This will run on Fridays, beginning, I believe, on Friday the 19th, which I'm doing an upload the first 19 days of this month in order to hit the 50 consecutive days of uploads that I will be doing here. So this will be the part 1 of this will be the final video in that little challenge that I set to myself. This will be a 9-part read-along series with an opening paragraph, great quotes, and review, making it a 13-part series, which means that it will end in mid-August-ish. So episode 1 will be part 1, Autumn, chapters 1 through 3, pages 1 through 24. Episode 2 will be chapters 4 through 6, pages 25 through 56. Episode 3 will be Part 2, Highland, chapters 1 and 2, pages 58 through 86. That is the only pair of chapters in that part of the book. Episode 4 will be Part 3, which is Guests, chapters 1 through 3, pages 88 through 118. Episode 5 will be Guests, chapters 4 through 6, pages 119 through 166. Episode 6 will be chapters 7 through 9, pages 167 through 207. Episode 7 will be chapters 10 through 12, which is pages 208 through 250. Then episode 8 will begin part 4, Ripples, chapters 1 through 3, pages 252 through 266. And finally, the final part of the read-along portion of this series will be episode 9, part 4, Ripples, chapters 4 and 5, pages 267 through 282. And then, finally, I've been talking about this for probably a year now, so we're going to get off our butt and do some work on it. Emily Dickinson, Dickinson Darkly, I believe will be on the 18th of this month, a Thursday. It's not going to be an every week thing because I'm hoping to put a little bit more production value into it. I am trying to grow, trying to get more diverse on the channel as far as the type of content I create, not just me sitting in front of a camera doing this. And if YouTube picks any of my thumbnails, it just looks like that because I forgot to make a thumbnail. But never realized how much I talk with my hands until YouTube started selecting my thumbnails. So thank you, YouTube. I should be more cognizant of that and look a little bit less like a crazy person going forward. But Dickinson Darkly, a poem-by-poem read-along of the 1,775 poems from Emily Dickinson. 1,775 poems from Emily Dickinson. This will be a 1-for-1 video type thing, which pretend I posted one every other week. There's sirens outside. I'm sure you can hear that. I live in Kansas City. What else is new? If I post one, say, every week, it means that the series will end around early September 2091. But you know me, I always miss a couple uploads along the way, so probably it'll run through 2097 or so at an every other week, every third week type of pace. I always miss a few uploads, but that's what we're doing for a little bit going forward. Hey, there's a lot more stuff coming this month, but these series all begin the third week of this month. There's going to be a few more of Shakespeare's sonnets along the way. There's a short story from Hemingway coming up that I'm trying to branch out and do a little bit different, so that you'll have to let me know if that short story discussion is even a little bit more fruitful because of the way that I'm doing it on there or not. Maybe it's just worthless. There is some more poetry coming. There's a writer's quote coming up. So this is all stuff that will happen before these series. But again, Osamu Dazai, No Longer Human, will run Wednesdays starting the 17th of this month. So there are 12 days to get this book if you want to read along. There are 14 days to get Ring if you want to read along. Also, by the way, guys, there is a link to my personal channel to be found in the description below. Since there is a movie part of this book, the movie review for The Ring will be appended to the end of this playlist, but I will be doing it on my personal channel. My personal channel is where I talk about books and stuff, or movies and stuff. Movies, nonfiction, philosophy, things like that. Goal setting. So if you are interested in any of that, maybe consider going over there, checking that out as well. But and then finally, Emily Dickinson, Dickinson Darkly. We're going to be starting it. So, yeah, a lot of stuff to be excited about coming up on the channel. So if you find yourself interested in any of that stuff, maybe get one of the books and read along with me. And I hope to have you back for the next one.